And we're live.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to
What's
another
up?
episode of the BBL Show. I'm your host, Tony Camper, and today we actually have two guests. We have Miss Christine
You got it.
and her powerlifting daughter, Demaya. Say hi, guys.
What's up? What's up?
All right, and also joining us, my co-host, the lovely Brittany,
Hey, what's up?
and Big Will,
Hey, what's up?
and the man behind the scenes, the guru, Larry Carter.
Hey, everybody.
All right, so back to our guests. Chris has been a member of the group for quite a while. Whenever she posts, she gets a lot of reaction from the fans. I'd say you're like a celebrity in the group. But let's see. Sorry, my computer just froze up for a sec. Anyway, so I'll just get right into it. First off, how did you stumble across this group, the Barbell Life?
To be honest, someone had actually put me in the group, and I'm not in groups because of the notifications, and I had no clue what it was. I didn't even read it, and so I just took myself out of it. Well, then it was maybe like a month later. My husband's like, "Hey, you need to get into this group, the Barbell Life." I'm like, "Nah, I got enough groups. I don't want to be in any more groups." And he's like, "No, you need to check it out. It's a good place to network with people." So I got back in it and have just consistently posted and usually get a good, vibe from people, saying that it motivates them or, has inspired them to get moving a little bit better, etc. So it's been about a year and a half since I've been in the group.
Yeah, shout out to Jason for making that move.
Yes, he's right here saying, yeah.
That's
Yeah, he loves it.
What's that?
I said it's a great group, man.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. What's up, man? Cool. But yeah, so yeah, whenever you post, tons of likes, tons of comments, a lot of people saying, you inspire them, and, they appreciate your posts. So this was a no-brainer bringing you on. Now, tell us how you got into this whole barbell life as far as working out, fitness, nutrition, things like that.
I actually, growing up, played sports, just the typical basketball, volleyball, softball, soccer, and then it eventually got narrowed down to the volleyball and basketball. And I played at a JUCO my freshman year, and then my first game of my sophomore year, I tore my ACL. And what kids don't realize is that's a built-in trainer for you. Whenever you're playing sports, you don't realize that you're getting that free conditioning, and that's keeping you in shape. So then whenever you stop the sports, you just blow up, and you're not really understanding what's going on with your body or how to get back down in weight because you don't have a coach in your face telling you what to do and when to do it. So I struggled for a long time and basically just said, "Oh, I'm just crippled. I can't do it," because all that I knew what to do was to run, and my knee is literally bone on bone. So for me to run, it was hell, and it was just frustrating. And then I came across Insanity DVDs. I'm like, "Hey, this kind of reminds me of conditioning, the volleyball conditioning. I love this. Like, I love the high intensity of it." And I wasn't really consistent with it because this was before Facebook was really popular. You didn't have a lot of indirect motivation from others, and so you're just basically motivating yourself. And then my husband started getting into the gym, so I would do a little bit of Insanity and then lift with him on Saturdays, doing every body part because I was only lifting once a week. And
It's all good. We usually have some kind of animal lurking on the show. Carla got her little puppy, but
we're right by the front door, so anybody that walks by, she's got an attitude. But so And I also coach kids basketball. So people just, because we live in a small town, it's like 2,000 people. I'm like the only black person that lives here. So I pretty much stand out. I'm loud when I coach. And people had approached me and said, hey, you should start a Zumba class. And I'm like, I'm not a dancer. I'm not into Zumba. But a few years later, I started the boot camp and just based it kind of off the insanity principles. And then here we are, 3 years later and have our own gym. And, of course, I just keep with it just because it's, I enjoy it and it's what I have to do. You can't own a gym and not look like you own a gym. So.
Well, that's the perfect segue. How did the whole gym come about? How did you end up owning your own gym, which is a dream for most of us out there?
We are seriously blessed. Like I said, I moved here from Joplin, Missouri. If you guys know anything about the F5 tornado that came through there in 2011, it wiped out half our town. That's where I'm from, and so just to move here to a smaller town, adjusting to people and things like that. I was lucky in the fact that people took to me very well, and so I just put out a message on Facebook and said, "Hey, I'm going to start a boot camp," and the city allowed for me to do the boot camp in the basement, which was an old church. So we were getting after it at 5 o'clock in the morning, and that started in March 2016, March 2013. And I had the idea to tell people, hey, talk about it on Facebook, and I'll put your names and drawings to get free sessions. It just spiraled from there. It blew up. And within the year, there was a building that was available, and my husband's like, let's open a gym and make it 24 access, etc. And our city was really awesome working with us to buy the building, and because the city actually owned it. So basically, before we had, actually almost on the 1 year anniversary from the House of Tabata cardio, we were able to open the House of Steel gym. And we just have an awesome community that just loves it.
Now, what is the name of the gym again?
The cardio is called the House of Tabata because it started out with Tabata, which is whatever the exercise is, you do it for 20 seconds and then you rest for 10. So that's how our setup was for years, doing it just like that. So I named it the House of Tabata, and then we just stuck with the whole house. So we went with the House of Steel to represent lifting weights, and then we put a salon in here. It's a house of cuts. So we kind of just play into that. So we're 2 years strong. I don't think that's me.
Okay, I think he just popped in. What's up, man? House of Steel, awesome. So things are going good with the gym, then I'm guessing, right?
Yeah,
Sounds
absolutely.
Like
We're totally different type of gym. We have a lot of tribes in our area that have wellness centers, and their equipment's way better than ours. They have pools, they have things that we're never going to be able to afford or offer, but we still get people that love our gym. The garage door is open. There's nowhere. You can walk around with your shirt off. You can cuss and holler. I mean, it's just that type of atmosphere where it's, you can be your own self.
You got the old school feel going on.
Yeah, definitely old school.
Well, eventually we plan on doing kind of like a tour around the nation with this Barbell Life thing. And we definitely want to do something at your gym. So that'll be a good time. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen pictures of you on stage. How'd you get into that?
I actually I put a video out today saying that my true feelings on bodybuilding, because you see those things on Facebook and you're like, I could do that. And then so I always in the back of my head thought that I wanted to do it, and I just didn't have anyone to push me in that direction. And one of my friends, I kind of pushed her to do it. So I went to a show of hers to support her and was backstage and seeing all the spray tans, and I was just like, I was totally turned off by it. I didn't like it at all. And when the show was over, my husband's like, what's up? I'm like, I don't like it. I don't want to do it. And he's like, why not? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a good feeling. I don't like it. Because I'm more of, I want to know exactly why we lost. I'm more of a team sport type of thing, or strongman. Sometimes people get up on stage and it's so close you don't know who should win. So that was in May 2014, and then my husband introduced me to my trainer in August 2014, And just my first meeting with him inspired me to do it. You know, he took a look at me, he told me things that I could do to, like, I just knew from talking to him that he knew what he was talking about. And that's whenever I decided, okay, we're going to do this. So we did a show in November 2014, and I didn't place well in that. Did another one right after that because I was like, okay, I got 30 seconds on stage, and that's it? All that work, and that's it? You know, that's another reason why it's hard for me, you know. But so we did it again and didn't place well, and I did another one in August 2015. So we're going into 2 years of this, and I told my husband last night, I'm like, I'm ready to get serious. Like, I did those 3 shows, but could better. There's always ways to improve. And you see girls on Facebook, and they got veins, and their skin's paper thin. You're like, I've never been like that. So it's just, you know, we're going to keep going with it.
So do you have a show in mind that you're aiming for, or a time frame?
We're in Oklahoma, so I'm real big on doing shows that are only national qualifiers, for the fact of you pay all that money, you may as well make sure that you're going to get something at the end of it. So there's one in Tulsa that I'm going to do the very first weekend in June. I can't think of the name of it, but I'll do that one. And then I got invited to do a show in Tennessee in July, so I'll do that one. And I think it's a national qualifier as well. But hopefully at one of those I'll qualify. If not, I'll hit up more shows.
Well, definitely keep us posted, and then we'll definitely be showing you support in the group. Whatever you need from us, let us know. You know, we'll post in the page, get you some more following.
So this one on
doing some subtle promoting with the 5% jug. There's another good segue. So how did you guys end up linking up with 5%?
We tried, you know, we were trying to get her positioned somewhere with a company, and I messaged 2 in particular, and they're like, no, we don't have any room, we don't have any sponsorships going right now. And we decided that we wanted to carry the 5% products, and I'm not huge on supplements either. I very seldom supplement. I don't, you know, haven't did a lot of research on it. So for us to carry products and for me to sell it was another thing that I'm not great at yet. But but we finally decided to go with 5%, and we get on the phone with 5%, and my husband tells them, "Hey, our daughter's a powerlifter." Well, he immediately is hyped up. He's excited. He's like, He's like, "Give me all of her information." So I give the whole fitness portfolio of the Powerhouse Princess, and within an hour, we get an email that says, "Yeah, we're going to sponsor her." So, yep. And, you know, you're always trying to find, things just fall into your lap sometimes. You know, you try so hard, and you think you got to follow a certain plan, and then all of a sudden something just comes out of nowhere, and you're like, okay, well, I wasn't expecting that. So that's exactly how it happened. And my husband actually had been pushing me to put her post on 5%, and I'm like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And then, boom, out of nowhere, one phone conversation, we're good.
Another shout out to Jason. He's making moves over there.
I know.
Hi, Jason.
He's
for a long time too.
Behind the scenes, making the moves.
Yeah,
so, and now I'm the new hype chick for 5%. You go to the 5% booth at any of the expos, and the line is days long. And I'm like, you know, if you've ever been to an expo and you wait in line to see or whatever it is, you know you're going to be in line for a minute. You get bored, you get tired, you know, you want to give up and like, forget it, I'm not going to meet the person. So I presented the idea to them to say, hey, how about you let them take a line while they're waiting? So now I get to do that. I'm going to be out there with my megaphone and my whistle, trying to get people hyped up to stay in line. And so I'm the new 5% hype chick.
Yeah, this is neat. I've never even heard of that before. Some of those lines are insane too, hours.
Yes.
So what kind of stuff are you doing as far as like hyping people up?
We're looking to do some push-up contests, pose-offs, best couple. I'll probably come out every hour and hopefully be able to give away a T-shirt or some of their products, or maybe be able to get them up to see him faster. Whatever they allow. Whatever they allow for me to do, that's what we're going for. But we want to keep people excited, and I want to have a bigger impact while I'm there. You know, we're there for Demaya, and there's no reason why I can't have an impact while we're there. So that's what we're gonna do. Keep that line high. So we're gonna start with Orlando, not next weekend, but the weekend after that.
Okay, nice. So you're gonna be on the road then, huh?
Yeah. We've got Orlando, then we've got Dallas in June,
Okay.
and then the Mr. Olympia in September.
Awesome. What was it like getting to meet Rich Piana? How'd you guys like that?
We first met him in the gym. What did you think about him? We met him to go shoot videos, but
Yeah, I was like, whoa. I didn't think he'd be big. He was huge. I was getting ready to pass out. I was like,
yeah,
Like the size of one of his arms, huh?
his delts are as big as his head. So, but he's super nice. We've got his anybody on the team or anybody that needs him can text him at any time. And you know, I've got you're getting text messages from Rich Piana, and you're like, oh my God, it's Rich Piana. You know, he's bigger than that in the fitness world. And, you know, he's all about it being a family, just like the Barbell Life. We're here to pick each other up, and it's not about, you know, being the stereotypical look. You know, he wants people of all backgrounds on his team, and, you know, that's what we love about it. We're going to be loyal to the 5% family for as long as, you know, we're alive, because he's just a huge blessing to everybody.
I love it. Shout out to 5% Nutrition, Rich Piana. All right, Demaya, Powerhouse Princess. How'd you get that nickname?
I got it from being the powerhouse from lifting, and then I'm really good because princesses are all awesome at their job. I'm the powerhouse princess. I'm awesome at
I love it. All right, so how did you get into powerlifting?
Some lady put a newspaper over, and there was how old was she? 7. There was a 7-year-old girl doing a squat, and it was 100. It was a 100-pound squat, and I was like, oh gosh. And my dad was like, hey, do you want to start getting into it? And then whenever I was 8, we started lifting. And then that newspaper was what came into the Powerhouse Princess.
And how old are you now?
I'm 9.
So you've been powerlifting for a year.
Yeah, we
And you're
took footage.
moving that much weight.
What was that?
I said she's already moving that much weight.
Yeah, well, and she's always been oddly strong. Whenever she was 2, we had one of those blow-up slides where you have to put your hand in and your foot in. And her cousin, who's 2 months older, you know, she's or any of the 2-year-olds that were having issues. The parents had to help them up. Not Demaya. She's literally climbed up like a monkey, and we're just kind of like, that's weird. And, you know, go forward, then we're like, okay, it makes sense now. She's just a crazy little beast. And what better way to show her power than through powerlifting?
Now, who trains her? Do you guys train her? You and Jason?
Yeah, I let her dad handle that. I handle the basketball, but in the promoting for her. Dad does the powerlifting, and do you want to tell me what your schedule's like?
My schedule's crazy, but on Mondays we do some powerlifting, on Wednesdays we do some powerlifting, and then on Sundays we do the basketball, and then I do track. It's sometime around the spring. Oh yeah, it is.
Weightlifting. And then we're getting her into Olympic weightlifting too. What'd you say, Tony?
I said she's getting the cardio in too, huh?
Oh yeah, you gotta have that cardio for sure. But let her dad and her go at 6:30 in the morning during the week, and then then we take her to Olympic weightlifting on Wednesday nights and Monday nights. We're starting to pick that up too, because the goal is to get her into the Olympics. And right now, powerlifting is not an Olympic sport, so we've transitioned her over to weightlifting as well.
So some snatches and things like that.
Yeah, you gotta have some speed for that. Working on speed drills and.
Awesome. That'll totally happen. I totally believe, especially if you're so young, starting now. A lot of those, lifters, they don't start till like high school, with the lifting teams and stuff like that. So you already got a head start. That's awesome. Demaya, what's your favorite lift to do? What's your favorite like bench, deadlift, squat? What's your favorite?
Bench.
Bench, huh?
Easy.
And why is that?
Because bench is the easiest one.
That's the easiest one for you, huh? Which one are you the strongest at?
Deadlift.
Deadlift? How much are you deadlifting?
165 pounds.
Jeez. That's more than I weigh. I'm embarrassed. You could deadlift me. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
Like my dad, he trained people to be a power lifter.
Why are you looking over there?
So is that what you want to be? You want to be a coach, a trainer?
Yeah, and a weightlifter.
And a weightlifter. So like your mom.
Oh, yeah, and bodybuilding.
Yeah, so she's the bodybuilding. She's probably going to go into that when she turns 13. But she also has mentioned being a judge. She wants to go to law school. So.
Awesome. Got her hand in everything. Pretty awesome. What do the kids at your school think about what you do?
I think it's amazing. My friends always try to lift. Some of them are pretty good. My friends love that I lift.
Yeah, you must be pretty popular. 5%. With coming to school with 5% all over. Pretty awesome. All right, so let me ask the group if they have any questions for you. I think I've asked enough. I don't want to hog all the questions. Anybody?
So we had saw the news article where they had came out and filmed you guys about lifting. What was that like?
The German media, that one?
Yes.
What did you think about that?
With the German media.
Mm-hmm. Talk.
It was awesome because I was on TV. And my friends were all like, "Oh, come on!" And
We had people lined up. We had the community involved with it, so it was pretty cool. There's a scene where they're shooting on the street, and Demaya's going by and smacking her hands, and just the fact that our community even showed up for that was awesome because not everybody has that type of support. And anything that we're saying is going on with Demaya as far as events or fundraisers, we get awesome support and people sharing the events. And but just the fact that Germany, German correspondents flew in from LA to talk to people from Commerce, Oklahoma is just mind blowing because. We don't think of it like that. We're just like, okay, we're just in the gym like anybody else. But the fact that she's 9 is just, crazy to people.
Hmm. Yeah, because we had saw it, and there has been like in the community controversy, like how early should kids lift and everything. And to me, I just let them go. Whatever age, make sure they're safe. But what's your thoughts on the whole thing? Obviously, you approve, but.
As far as it being safe for kids, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, because I know a lot of people have questioned that, even in the group, and I know you're the expert on it. And I wanted to get you on the show so you can talk more about it because I like seeing what you guys are doing and have the utmost support from you guys. So go ahead and let us know what you think about it.
It's basically it's all about the growth plates. So if you get a break on a growth plate, then you stand a chance of stunting your growth on whatever that limit. So your one arm might be shorter than the other, one leg might be shorter than the other, and if people would think, they would realize that that can happen in anything that you do. You could walk out the door right now and fall off your porch and land on your elbow or land on a growth plate, and then you might have an arm that's shorter than the other. So as far as sports are concerned, it can happen at any sport. Kids break limbs all the time. Okay. So, but we actually, with that German media, we actually installed an orthopedic specialist because they wanted to bring them on to the show. And the orthopedic specialist, Dr. Grantham, out of, can't think of the name right now, he said, as long as her form is not breaking down, then she's fine. And it's just like if you twist your ankle, that's, you're basically, your form went bad. You twisted it the wrong way. And actually the doctor said that the most that he sees patients for is for cheerleading. Out of all the common sports, cheerleaders are in his office the most with injuries. So, but as far as the safety of it, there's a safety concern for anything. If you walk outside your house, you're taking, a risk. If you're a klutz, you're taking a risk. So she's safe as long as her form is good. She's never in the gym by herself. And we make sure to keep up on her nutrition so she has good energy and she's keeping up with her muscle growth and things like that. There's also the conversations of, oh, she's not going to have start her menstrual cycle. Yes, she will. She's going to be totally healthy, and accidents happen. We're not saying that she's not going to get hurt, but she fell off the top of a cheerleading pyramid whenever she was in the first grade. But when you put those cheerleading videos out there, like, oh my God, that's so cute, that's awesome. You put a powerlifting video, oh my God, she's going to stunt her growth, that's awful. Her parents should be thrown in jail. So there's a lot of people who get paralyzed from football or cheerleading, and they actually get to turn to powerlifting as a new outlet because they do have divisions. Like for bench press, someone that's confined to a wheelchair, they can still bench press. They can compete. One of the girls that she made friends with, is not allowed to tumble anymore because she broke something. And they go to the doctor, and he's like, what can we put her in? She's got to do something. And the doctor suggested powerlifting. So, but at the end of the day, people are going to have their mindset. It doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter what the doctor says. Someone's always an expert, and someone always knows more than we do. And at this point,
with football and basketball, like you hear parents and they're so excited to get their kids started with football or basketball at like 3 or 5 or some crazy young age, and nobody blinks an eye at that because that's so common. I think there's just a huge misconception about powerlifting and the dangers involved with it. But for you, I mean, people get concussions playing football. You don't really see a whole lot of things like that in powerlifting. It's really just,
exactly,
like how you said, the danger is real in anything that you're doing.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of, are you going to live in fear in everything that you do? If there's something that you really enjoy and it's safe, go for it. But if you're gonna, and I'll tell you, with powerlifting, you have to have a lot of focus. Not every kid can be a powerlifter. I couldn't imagine having a bunch of hyper children trying to powerlift. They are going to get hurt. But that's why Demaya is able to do this, because she is focused. We're on her ass about being safe. She doesn't walk out in that gym unless we are with her or she's doing her chores. If her friends are here, it's no, absolutely not. You guys are not going into the gym. I'm super anal about children being in our gym for that reason, because they are going to get hurt. So if they're not, led in the proper way. But as far as that myth of powerlifting is going to stunt your growth, weightlifting is bad, kids just need to stick to body weight exercises, it's totally a myth. You can get hurt doing anything at the end of the day. So that's our stance.
That's totally true. A lot of people, they don't let their kids do a lot because they worry about that. We've had my daughter in gymnastics at the age of 3, My son learned to dribble, play basketball now. He's 7, and everybody goes, "Well, how did he learn how to dribble so well?" And it's like he's been dribbling since 3 years old.
Yeah.
And before he could barely walk so well, he was dribbling. And now when you see him play, you're like, "Whoa!" So it's one of those things. A lot of parents limit the potential of their kids based on their own limiting beliefs, and they pass that to their kids, and then their kids go, "Oh, I can't do that. I might get hurt. I might, not be able to do this and that." Like you said at the park, my 2-year-olds, they were climbing up the little ladders or little hand pen boards. They were climbing
Yeah.
those at 2 years old. People would be like, "Oh my gosh, you let your 2-year-old do that?" Like, yeah, I'm here to catch them if they fall, but you know what? They got to try it out on their own. And
I mean, look at trampolines. People get hurt on trampolines every day, but no one's like, "Oh my God, if you post a picture of a selfie of yourself on the trampoline with your kid, no one's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you let your kid jump on the trampoline with you." I mean, people are breaking arms every day, or dirt bikes, or people in what are those things when you go hunting and you're standing up the tree thing? People fall all those tree stands, but I guarantee there's kids that go hunting, but ballerinas are up on their feet. Rodeo kids, you can't tell me that there's not a rodeo kid that hasn't been hurt. But people, I don't know what it is about powerlifting. People freak out.
People fear what they don't know. It's always been like
Exactly.
that. This is no different. I mean, think about all the parents that have their kids in like MMA, karate, and even boxing. You see little kids boxing. These kids are taking blows to the head at a young age, and no one, like you said, no one bats an eye. They say,
No.
oh, they're learning, self-discipline and how to protect themselves, which they are. But I mean, there's what having a child powerlift is, if anything, you're teaching them the same kind of things: self-discipline, focus, confidence, things like that. So I'm sure, like you said, you're going to keep getting flack from people, but they just don't understand. The speaks for
leg
itself.
up too, because she's learning the nutritional aspect at a young age. Like kids do not know the difference between protein, carbs, and fats. But your daughter's gonna grow up and she's gonna know what she needs to actually maintain her strength and actually, feed her body how she should. Other kids do not know that.
No, they don't. She knows her macros. She knows all her macros. She understands what she's drinking with the All Day You May from 5% Nutrition. She knows that there's immune support. What else is in there?
Immune support.
They can't hear you.
I know, I'm just staying.
Support.
Joint support, liver support, and BCAs.
So she's getting a good grasp on those things, whereas kids go to school and all they learn the food pyramid, but they don't know how to use the food pyramid to enhance what they're doing. Everyone's got this mindset of veggies, fruits, and whatever, and we're feeding her the protein that she needs, we're getting her the carbs that she needs, we're getting the fats that she needs, and she still has a fun diet. She had pancakes this morning, but she also had eggs with it. So she's definitely getting a hang of that and is going to be better off than my husband and I were growing up. We lived off of goulash and hamburger helper, and she will never ever eat that. Yeah.
Top ramen and all that stuff. Shoot, I forgot what I was gonna ask. Well, we've talked enough about Demaya. Let's go ahead and take a look at what she's actually doing. Larry, you want to cue up that video, and Chris, if you want to just kind of get on it.
His feet. He's just joking.
Hey, nice legs, Vaughn.
Those socks, though.
No, huh? You cueing that video, Larry?
My bad, yo.
It's all good. So, Chris, tell us about this video we're about to watch.
So there's a video that's floating around her from September where I'm like, she can deadlift 135 pounds. Well, she surpassed that since September. This was her last weekend in Laughlin, Nevada, and she pulls 165 pounds. And, you know, like I've said, that's more than what I weigh. You know, she can deadlift human beings, and her favorite lift is the bench, but she is a deadlift queen. Like that is her thing, is deadlifting. So it's pretty amazing.
All right, let's see the deadlift diva powerhouse.
Boom.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's freaking insane.
So,
All these-
Demaya, do you prefer the sumo stance, or do you train at all in the conventional deadlift?
Yeah, we train in both, so we know that we can still get the lift if we're doing sumo or traditional.
Yeah, just you never know at power meets what is going to be allowed. So we always have that as a plan B as far as being able to lift.
Yeah, that's good. Which one do you like more?
Sumo.
Yeah. Why is that? Is it just because you can lift more?
It's not necessarily. You can lift the same weight, but you're not going up as much because your legs are farther out. So you can go up, but not so much far up. So it's easier the other way.
When you compete and you go in front of all those people and you nail a big lift like that, how does that feel?
I feel like I'm getting ready to scream. I'm gonna be like, "Woo! I just did that." Sometimes I do scream.
Oh yeah, I saw you at the top of that lift. I love it. Yeah, there's no feeling like that. Pretty awesome. So we're running short on time. We'll go ahead and start taking some questions. Larry, do you have any questions lined up? I know we have
them queued up.
What's that?
I don't have them queued up at the moment. But give me just a moment, and I'll have some for you.
Okay. So in the meantime, Demaya, what are some of your goals for the future as far as powerlifting goes, and this whole fitness industry?
Yeah. Cars are records and.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you can start with her PR team first. Yeah.
Oh boy, we're working on these interview skills. Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. We're all in the same boat. So what,
Yeah. World records.
what's that?
I want to break my world records.
I want the weightlifting.
Okay, so you have
Yeah.
world. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
What? So I'm guessing. What are your records? How about that?
What are your records?
My bench is my bench is 66.1 pounds. My squat is raw is 115 pounds. Equipped is 122 pounds. Oh yeah, and my deadlift is 165.
And how much do you weigh?
I weigh 72 pounds.
That's insane. It's funny because I hear her talk like she's talking, and I know a lot of people who work out and they don't even know the terms that she's using. And also, I was gonna say on that deadlift video, the form is flawless, and there's guys who've been lifting for years that they don't have that. You're basically lifting better than a lot of grown adults out there. flawless form. So all these parents and stuff who are, trying to give you a hard time. You have coaches, you got people that are looking out for you, so that's pretty awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, and she does pretty well on her squat. She broke that record. Her previous record was 106 pounds. That was back in September, and so that was raw. And so she bumped up to 115 raw at this meet. So basically about 7 months later, and then she did 122 on the equipped. So she's just, moving up in weight, and right where she should be as far as progression goes.
Make comments on my squats that they're beautiful.
What's that?
People give me comments on my squats that they're beautiful.
I wish we had a video to see. I think I may have seen one from the group before. I've seen it. Yeah, you do got a good. You do have good form.
Yeah, go way lower than.
Oh, what's that?
But she can get way deeper than I can. That's for sure.
Yeah, I wish I had started lifting when I was freaking 9, 8.
9.
9. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I was climbing trees when I'm 9. You're smashing powerlifting records.
You're climbing, picking your boogers.
Yeah, playing tag, whatever. Before we take questions from the group, any of you guys got anything you want to ask to our guests?
You're talking about for the Barbell Life, or who I'm looking at right now?
Yeah, the panel, the co-host. Well, I was asking if they do anything.
What Demaya, what got you into it? What was it, like watching your mom and dad in the gym, or like how'd you get into powerlifting at all?
I think you missed that part, Vaughn. They went over that.
Yeah, I came in late. I'm sorry, man. I should definitely be punished for that. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'd like to know for myself, though.
All right.
A lady brought in a newspaper, and there was a 7-year-old girl squatting 100 pounds. And my dad was like, "Hey, you want to get into lifting?" I'm like, "Yeah," because it's amazing that a little 7-year-old can lift 100 pounds. So I was like, "Yeah." We got into it whenever I was 8, and we've moved on. Yeah. Oh, and then at 400 and beat the 100.
Okay. Awesome. You good now, Vaughn? All right, cool. Well, we'll start taking some questions from the group. Let me see. And this is for anybody who wants to answer. The first question is from Menace Deuce. He says, "Hey guys, I sprained my hamstrings. When I squat heavy, it hurts so much. What should I do?" Anybody want to jump in on that?
Let it heal.
Let it. Genius. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you hurt something like that, the main thing is to pull back a little bit and let your body heal. There's too many people out there that they feel like something's not right, or they really hurt themselves. Instead of letting their body heal, they want to try to push past it and go beast mode and all this stuff, and all they're doing is just making it worse. So definitely let it heal. I know it's hard to stop, not necessarily stop working out, but not go 100%. But focus on other things. So if your hamstring's injured, focus more on your upper body, things like that, calves, whatever, or just lighten the weight, what you can do without hurting when you're doing hamstring workout. But yeah, Maya summed it up perfect.
Don't forget to stretch, ice, and heat. It's amazing what your body will react to if you'll treat it good. So, a lot of people think that ice is silly, but it really does help get the inflammation out.
It definitely does help. I used to run track a lot, do a lot of sprints, And there's been a few times where I didn't warm up correctly and pulled hamstring. Just going too fast and you hear pop. And the biggest thing is you gotta keep it stretched. If you don't stretch it, and you just let it go, or you keep trying to lift heavy on it, you'll end up hurting yourself way more than just letting it rest, and then the injury takes so much longer. So, and the ice and heat, definitely all day long. TENS unit is another good thing to let it massage when you're sitting there. That thing works wonders along with that ice and heat, and just keep stretching it, and then just wait until it heals.
Okay, so let me see. Let me get another question here. Sarah asks, what would you tell other kids that want to follow in your footsteps and be champion powerlifters? And that one's for you, Demaya.
You have to be determined. You can't be like, oh, I might do it today. Not do it. You have to be determined to work out every single day.
Every day, you got to be motivated, huh? It's got to be. You got to be serious. Nice. And what kind of tips would you give someone who, to stay motivated like that and stay determined?
Well, yeah, make sure you have good form so you can keep in the sport. And if you want, and if you want to lift right, you need to get good coaches. It can even be your parents if they know how to.
Awesome. Let me see. Let me take another question. The doctor said I should stay away from red meat. My body is reacting to it negatively. Have you guys ever heard of that? It's a weird question.
What was why would they run in?
Everybody is different. You have people who are lactose intolerant, who are gluten intolerant. If you're having a reaction to red meat and the doctor's telling you to stay away from it, you probably want to listen. Now, that doesn't mean you have to become a vegetarian or a vegan. There's a lot of different meats out there. You have, turkey, chicken, things like that. So listen to the doctor and stay away from the red meat. Just find alternatives, different things you can eat.
Oh.
All right.
Protein.
All right. So, question. Matt Bowman asks, inner portion of my chest hurts doing sit-ups. This has never happened before, and my chest isn't sore from chest day. Why is that?
What do you say?
That's a weird question.
I didn't hear the question.
Repeat the question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying when he does sit-ups, the inner portion of his chest hurts. But he's
around the
saying
sternum.
he doesn't feel any soreness. It's just from the sit-ups. He's trying to figure out why.
His body doesn't do sit-ups.
A lot of people, when they do full sit-ups, they'll pull, like, instead of using their abs, they kind of use momentum and jerk with, like, their shoulders and chest, or if they're holding their arms too tight on their shoulders, I can see that making you sore, but other than that, I don't see why your chest would be sore, unless you're trying to compensate.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't answer that one for you. That's a weird situation, but let me see. I'll move on to the next question. We're running out of show. So Erica asks, okay, so I'm brand new to lifting. I've never even tried it. I've lost 70 pounds, but now I want to gain muscle. What is an easy starting point? Could someone give me a quick summary of starting weight exercises? And I think this is a good one for you, Chris, and Demaya, if you guys want to answer this.
For someone that's never ever been into the gym, I honestly suggest investing in a good trainer. I mean, we're really doing some really good research, not overdoing it or doing it incorrectly. There's a lot of people that can learn great on their own, but I would really suggest getting a trainer and just money. Extra good notes. Take pictures of machines. Take pictures of machines. If you got to write down everything that person says, write down everything that they say, and take it all in. That way, you can venture out on your own. But as far as just getting in the gym, you definitely need to go in there with a plan in mind. You need to have already looked at YouTube videos to have an idea of what the machine looks like. Hopefully, you're going to are receptive. Helpful at our gym. At any point, any one of these guys is going to help you out in here without, being like, hey, you got to pay me money. They'll just gracefully do it, especially if you're a female. They're going to help you out. But you definitely have to go in there with a plan, and then you can just, if you see someone that looks like they know what they're doing, I would think that people might approach me and say, hey, what do you think? They can scan over what you've got and give you, hey, you're probably doing too much of this or too much of that. But just being the first time in the gym, your body's going to react crazy to anything that you do. I mean, it's going to freaking love it, and she's going to have gains probably immediately, and then things might taper off. But there's going to be awesome progress. And then if she plateaus, definitely get someone that's more seasoned in the gym, and they can help you out, because weightlifting, people ask me all the time if I have workouts that I will give them, and I don't want to do it. It's too technical. Like I don't want to get anybody hurt. I really think that going one-on-one with someone that knows what they're doing is the best way to start, especially if you've never been in there. If you want to be a fighter, you got to get with someone that has something to show for it. So definitely go in with a plan.
Yeah. I would suggest surrounding yourself with like-minded people too. I mean, if you are new to the gym community, you want to find somebody that's, comfortable in the gym so you can tag along and ask them to show you what they're doing and stuff. If you're not going to go the trainer route, I still recommend a trainer too, because they actually know the ins and outs, and you're not risking the bad habits that someone that's not a trainer is going to pass on to you.
Yeah, definitely. Those are some great points. One of the things, like Chris said, if you're going to get a trainer, definitely that's a great route to go. But make sure you do your research on your trainer. There's thousands of trainers out there that don't know what they're doing. They took a little online course and got a little certificate, and now they think they know everything. And a lot of these trainers can get you hurt. Now, there's a lot of great trainers out there as well. So do your research. Make sure your trainer has credentials, feedback from other people that have actually used the trainer and, recommend them, things like that. And if you can't afford a trainer, another thing Chris said, YouTube. There's literally millions of videos online of exercises, routines, form, all that stuff. Spend some time, do your own research. Find someone that you aspire to look like, or someone you trust. I've learned a lot on YouTube, especially from Dorian Yates. And
yes.
Yeah, Dorian Yates. I always say this. He showed me I was doing something wrong, and that means I was working out, but I wasn't training. Meaning I was just going in there and lifting this and kind of just I wasn't pushing myself past that limit. And there's things like that, mental toughness and just pushing yourself past that threshold. So watch how these guys train and just really do your research and learn. There's so much knowledge out there. That's a great question. Thank you. I think we have time for one more question. Let me look. All right, so David asks, what do you guys think about deadlifting on the Smith machine? Do you get the same results as doing it with a barbell? And again, I'll let you guys answer that one.
No, probably on the Smith machine is probably a little easier because you're not because you're having more control with the bar than you are just with the actual barbell.
And it depends on what are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to compete? I mean, competing is a totally different thing. There's so many rules and things that you don't think about. I mean, how many people go into the squat rack to squat and they don't even get to parallel, let alone below parallel? I mean, so it just depends on what your goals. Could you get in the Smith machine and still get a workout in? For sure. But is it going to be conducive to a powerlifting atmosphere as far as going to compete? No, I don't think so. I mean, you got to do both at least. So, and I lift. I'm just using my my thought process on that as far as going to power meets. We're not doing it in a Smith machine.
Well, yeah, perfect. There's an expression that goes, "Practice how you play." So, like Chris said, if she says that,
every practice, those little girls, you play how you practice.
yes.
So you got to be prepared for anything. You got to have a backup plan for the backup plan. So.
Yeah, some people use the Smith machine because they got an injury or they want to just start getting into deadlifts or whatever. So that's a good way to get into it. But like Chris said, if you plan on competing or you're trying to really move some big weight, then actually use the barbell. But both have their place. All right, so we need to wrap up now. I want to say thank you to you guys. You've been awesome guests.
Thank you.
Definitely. Do you guys want to throw out any plugs? Give any shout outs, any links, anything like that you want the fans to check out?
Yeah, well, she wants to practice on something. Can she practice something right fast?
Sure. Stage is yours.
What's up, everybody? It's the Powerhouse Princess, world champion powerlifter, Pinta athlete, youngest sponsored athlete by 5% nutrition and unbreakable gear. UG. I love it so I can, and only 5% of you get it. Woo!
That's awesome.
She nailed it. I love it. I love it. So shout out to
That's
5% Nutrition.
5%.
You give the name of your gym again and how people can find that.
She's also sponsored by Unbreakable Gear. They offer awesome belts and equipment and gear for powerlifters and weightlifters.
And knee wraps and sleeves.
Yes, knee wraps and sleeves, and so they're awesome. But the House of Steel Gym, you can find us on Facebook at House of Steel Fitness, Commerce, Oklahoma. You can follow Demaya on Instagram.
Powerhouse Princess, okay, for the hometown of Mickey Mouse Diverse.
Powerhouse Princess, okay. You can follow me on Instagram, Chris_Channing, like Tatum, and just everybody. The Barbell Life, I've connected with so many more people because of that group. As far as what I do in helping people than I ever, would have without the group. And so we're thankful that you guys are not only that you have that, but that you're taking it to a whole nother level. I mean, how many groups do this? I'm not in every Facebook group, but I'm just not thinking that that's happening. So.
Well, we appreciate that, and let's get Jason to get on the camera real quick. I want to say thank you to him because most of the things we asked today ended up coming back to Jason, and if he hadn't added you, this wouldn't even be going on right now. So we got to give
the whole family in there
a little bit of love. I know he's been in the group a long time. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? Love your group. Well, I wanted her to be a part of it. It's probably the most supportive group I've ever seen from day one. Everybody's just so supportive. It motivates me every day to get on it. I love what you guys do on there. There's very seldom negative stuff. We go like that 2.0 workout, so negative. I get so sick of being on that group. Somebody posts one thing, it's nothing but negative shit. We never get that in the barbell group. We love what we got. When we was at Olympia, we got to meet people off the barbell group. When we was at Arnold, we met people from the barbell group. So it's like you're making new friends all around the freaking United States, and it's all because of what you guys brought together, and we love it.
Thank you. That makes us so happy to hear that because, we work so hard on it. Me and Tony are always sitting up here, and kind of like you, I'm the man behind the scene working with Tony. So when I hear them say, "Oh, you were saying this," I'm like, I tell Tony stuff like that. So that's awesome to see another fellow behind the scene and finally get to see you, because I've seen you on the post. So it's been good to finally put a face with it.
Truly amazing group, guys. We love it. We're Barbell Life forever now. We love you guys.
Yeah, for life.
Thank you.
That means a lot, man. That means a lot. You guys are awesome. We love having you guys part of this movement. Before we leave, anybody want to say any parting words to our guests or anybody out there?
Speak up, TJ.
And everybody. I see Larry on Facebook too. And Vaughn.
Real quick, do you want to end this? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So we're looking forward to seeing those new supplements get on.
Yes, we do have that.
Oh, Brittany fell off. Brittany left.
She was saying something. No worries. So yeah, on that note, for the segue, Jason, Barbell Nutrition. Check out the website barbellnutrition.com. Get on the mailing list. We're about to drop the pre-orders, so get on the list. You'll be the first to know, and we'll be putting out discounts, coupon codes, things like that, and a little bit more information about the supplement. So check them out. And I'm trying to think. We got anything else, Larry?
Come to Orlando.
No, that's pretty much it.
Are you guys gonna carry protein?
Right now, we just got the pre-workout, the post-workout. We have a fat burner in development, and eventually we're going to have anything you can think of, but we're gradually, starting small and then going to start branching out. But all right, so before we wrap up, you guys want to say any parting words?
Just, whatever it is you guys are doing, those that are watching and listening, just keep working hard and let's keep positive with one another and each other's energy, because at the end of the day, it's not all about us. We hope that we're inspiring people and to get off the couch or to get moving, get their kids going, etc. I think sometimes we neglect our kids. We get in the gym and we totally forget about our kids too. So incorporate your kids as much as you can, even if it's yoga or just going outside, etc. But hang on to those goals, stay with it, and, we're just happy to be here and happy for everyone chasing their dreams. The fact that you guys have opened up your supplement line, how many people you probably told that to and everyone's like, bullshit, they're not going to get supplements. Now look at you. So anything is possible. You can do anything you want in this world as long as you want it.
Well said, well said. Demaya, you want to say anything before we say goodbye?
Yeah.
Oh, to kill it.
Kill it. I love it. All right. Well, thanks again. Loved having you guys on the show. We'll definitely bring you back down the road.
For sure.
And it's been a great show. Thanks, everybody who showed up. And thanks, everybody who watched. Till next week, we're out. Barbell Life.
Guys.
Bye. Only 5%.